Well, I should say, what is your definition of abolition? Because I've seen many different interpretations of it.
And people get scared when they hear the
Yeah.
term defund the police.
For sure, for sure. Well, I don't think there's one fixed definition of abolition. I
Mhm.
think that abolition, Angela Davis describes abolition as both a method and a practice and a vision. And so abolition is one, living your life every day with the purpose of rooting out the structures of white supremacy, developing ways for community accountability that don't involve the carceral state, and bringing also decentering and not decentering, but uplifting the work of women of color, of Black organizers who have really led this work historically. And why abolition and not reform? You can't reform something that is rotten to the core. You need to just throw that away. And nothing about policing or about the jail system or about the prison system works. And if you what do you mean by work? By working, it's people use the excuse and justification for having jails and prisons. Oh, we need to, quote, reform people. We're all about rehabilitation. The thing is that none of that addresses why somebody maybe stole that backpack with a laptop in the first place. None of that does. And you go to jail and prison, you're not going to then suddenly walk out of jail and prison with guaranteed basic income, food in your fridge, and care for your family. And those are often the root causes of why somebody did steal that backpack with a laptop, because they need money. And we can't reform a sheriff's department and a police department. And here in LA County, the sheriff's department is run by deputy gangs, by people, by deputy gangs, where their goal is to enact violence upon communities. Their initiation is, how many people inside of Men's Central Jail can you beat up? And the thing is when we talk about defunding the police, Miriam Kaba says defund the police is the ground floor. It's like literally the lowest. It's the ground floor. It's not something that we need to think about 10 years from now. It needs to be a foundation for all of this work, because how can you say that a county cares about community when LA County invests $3.4 billion a year in the sheriff's department and less than half of that in mental health care? Probably less than a third of that in permanent supportive housing, less than $1 million in permanent supportive housing. So, and people are still suffering.
Yeah, the cynic would say, this is all very idealistic, but there are some people that are just going to commit crimes that are just bad. You have to take them away from society in some measure, because there's no other way, and there would always be some small minority of people that you couldn't help, and you needed jails for some purpose like that, and that's what police are there for.
Well, a couple things. Most people, over 50% of the people in LA County jails, suffer from serious mental health needs. So, somebody who is having a schizophrenic episode and walking around with a knife, what they need is not going to jail.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No. What they need is round the clock clinical care and support for their mental health needs.